Hey there, HEXO traders and investors. It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Today is Wednesday, October 12th. We're doing awesome out there today. And in this short video, we're going to be discussing the stock HEXO Corp, ticker symbol HEXO. Getting a lot of questions about this one, and I had a few other questions as well. But I want to do more shortened videos and more short and sweet videos, maybe between 8 and 10 minutes, and just give you my thoughts and opinions. We'll do some technical analysis. I'll give you some updates on the fundamentals as well. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more shorter videos like this. But essentially, we're going to talk about, is there light at the end of the tunnel, and is that tunnel are we approaching the end of it? Because it's been a long bear market. I know everybody's getting fatigued. A lot of people are getting frustrated and impatient. But as Warren Buffett says, the stock market is a mechanism from transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. So before we get to it, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell to be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And I just posted as well another video, a Tilray video, so you can go watch that one after this one if you haven't already seen it. But essentially, Tilray Brands wild ride continues, and the short squeeze was short-lived. So you can check that out for my thoughts and opinions on Tilray. But essentially, I wanted to follow up on this Biden pardons simple MJ possession offenses. That was from last week. I mentioned that we had a huge move with no support, and we still had yet to confirm weekly and monthly uptrends. And before we can call a bottom, before we know that, beyond a shadow of a doubt that the bear market is over and that we're entering a new potential multi-year bull market, we need monthly uptrends to confirm. And that's just something that we haven't seen in almost 2 years now. And again, I do think that we're going to see a lot of upside into the end of the year here, but don't lose sight of the fact you should check out my market update as well, the broader market update that I did today, this 18-minute video. I say, and I break down why I think that the broader market, the S&P 500, is going to see one or two more leg down. And if we see that one or two more potential legs down, then we could see headwinds in MJ, right? Which would mean even more downside for HEXO and the rest of the MJ space. It doesn't mean that it can't go up. We know that MJ hasn't really participated in this everything bubble of 2022, but essentially it's going to be hard to go against the grain. Not that it's impossible, it just, any kind of fundamental news could change that, but I do think that there's a good chance that we see, I'd say 80 to 90% chance that we get safe banking and potential uplisting into the NYSE and the NASDAQ for the US names, and that'll be bullish for the whole entire sector. And then I think that it's even possible that we see descheduling, we get MJ removed from a Schedule 1, and once all that happens, that is going to entice the big Fortune 500 and 200, you name it. All these big conglomerates are going to start entering the space, and it's just going to be a domino effect. And we're more than likely going to see a massive multi-year bull market, in my opinion. And as we know, the longer the base, the higher in space. And the base that's been forming on MJ at the moment is a doozy, right? So it won't last forever. But again, I've been saying for a while now that we need to change our mindset. So the longer we have to accumulate, the better, in my opinion. Because personally, I know I might ruffle a little feathers when I say this, but I kind of hope MJ stays a little bit lower, because right now my main focus is on altcoins in the crypto space. So a lot of my investing dollars they have been allocated to altcoins. So what I would like to see is that alt season, which I think could happen over the next couple of months, and then I'm going to look to rotate those profits into more beaten down MJ. And again, a lot of people FOMO'd. We had a huge move up in the markets last Friday after we had that Biden news and the pardoning news. But again, I said watch for a potential gap up and then a sell-off. And we also had Tilray earnings that missed on both revenue and EPS. And then we had the broader market weakness, right? And then that weakness spilled over again into this week. And then sure enough, we just followed the rest of the broader market. I said this move's great, right? From the lows there, HEXO was up almost 100. Well, I guess we were up only about 60%. I thought it was closer to 100%. It would have been 100% if you factor in pre-markets and whatnot. But I said, cool the jets. We still haven't confirmed weekly and monthly uptrends. Again, we confirmed weekly uptrends, but not all of our names in the sector did. But what do we need to do that I've been screaming from the rooftop? And that's monthly uptrends. We haven't confirmed a monthly uptrend. We did back here with the low, high, higher low, and higher high. And when we confirmed a monthly uptrend, we went from $2 right before the split. And then right after the split, we went from $2 to $11, right? And we were in a monthly uptrend. And then we gave it all back, and then we entered a monthly downtrend with a lower high and lower low. We had another monthly lower high and lower low. So now what do we need? We need a bounce on the monthly, and we need a higher low and a higher high. And then we could potentially expect, like I said, a multi-year bull market. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. It happens in waves. And those waves could look something like this, right? Where, maybe, again, it doesn't happen down to the day, the second, the minute, but this is just something overall what we can look for is an impulsive, move to the upside. So impulse wave 1, corrective wave 2, another impulse of wave 3, and usually wave 3 is the biggest, right? And again, this could take into 2023, this could take into 2024, but I do think that over the next couple of years, MJ is really going to steal the show. And again, if you're waiting for positive news to buy and to invest, that's just not the right way to go about it. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. This isn't financial advice, obviously for entertainment and educational purposes only, but I want to be buying before the big news, right? Before all this bullish news comes out. I want to be buying down here. I know a lot of people like to buy here when it feels good, prices are going up, everybody's bullish, you're vindicated, you feel good about this investment, but buying down here, you feel way better whenever prices go up to here. And imagine if it goes back up to here, right? Imagine if we go back to $3, $6, even $11, right? You have to change your mindset. And the more time that we remain at these absurdly low prices, the more time we have to accumulate. And if you just put $1,000 into HEXO right now at current levels, if we go back to the highs of February 2021, which just a couple of years ago, that is 63x from here. So $1,000 into $63,000 if you hold from current levels to say if we go back to $11, and this is USD, of course. But I mean, how many $63,000 do you need? $1,000 investment into 63,000, right? If you get 2,000, 63,000 times 2, like how many 63,000s do you need to make a change in your life, right? And again, I own close to, I think now 60,000 shares of HEXO, but I also own about 12 other MJ stocks, right? I own a mix of MSOs, the multi-state operators in the US. I own some producers, other producers in Canada, Tilray. I have retailers, I have ETFs, right? And again, I have more crypto than I do MJ. And you just got to think about it from a diversification perspective. HEXO isn't going anywhere, in my opinion. We know that we had the bankruptcy FUD and all that, the Hells Angels. They threw everything at us but the kitchen sink. And congrats to you if you're still sticking around. But just imagine the amount of life-changing opportunity and wealth that's going to be generated if we just go back to February 2021 highs. If you put $1,000 in now and we go back to all-time highs, that's 194x. That's $1,000 investment into $194,000. The most you can lose is $1,000, and the upside's potentially limitless, right? And I do think that HEXO and Tilray are going to remain two public independent companies. But I mean, the opportunity is insane right now with MJ. And we know that MJ isn't going away. Again, they threw everything at us but the kitchen sink when they had all that FUD after FUD after FUD, just fear, uncertainty, and doubt. The Hells Angels thing, and then bankruptcy fears, and HEXO's debt's basically virtually gone. And we know that they are one of the best innovators in the space. We know that they're right there at number 1, number 2 spot with Tilray in Canada, and Tilray and HEXO are going to be dominating Germany in 2023. And what do we know about 2023? We could see safe banking, we could see uplisting, we could see descheduling from Schedule 1. We're going to see New York and Germany legalize, and that's a market that Tilray and HEXO are going to conquer together, and Tilray has number 1 market share there as well. So this is going to be a massive year ahead. I think MJ is going to be the trend in 2023 and into 2024. I do think that it's going to steal the show, and I do think that we're going to see massive wealth generation. In a bull market, you can buy and get rich, you can make money, but in a bear market, it's where you get wealthy and you create generational wealth. And with that said, going to end it there. Again, let me know in the comments below if you like these shorter format videos. And let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me. Personally, I think that HEXO is going to get back up to that dollar mark between now and January 25th compliant date for the NASDAQ. If it doesn't, no big deal. We already have approval to do up to a 1-for-14 reverse split, and we're nearing the end of this bear market. The last time HEXO did a reverse split, they revised it from an 8-to-1 to a 4-to-1, and it was at the end of a bear market, and it went from $2 after the post split to $11, right? So if this time we're approaching the same, where we're at the end of a bear market, entering a new potential bull market, I really don't care. Delisting isn't going to happen, in my opinion, and we already have approval for the share reverse split from shareholders, but I do think that the most likely scenario is that we organically get back to that dollar mark. I could easily see $1 leading into November and December. And if we get the safe banking uplisting news, then I could easily see this thing back up to around the $2, $3 range into the first quarter of 2023. All right, going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rob with Powell Group. Smash the like, share the video with anybody that might find value, and we'll see you again on the next video.